The good news is we still have the distance formula from yesterday. Does anyone want to write it on the top of today's page? I was trying to decide.
It can be both, right?
It can be both.
Because of the community property? Where's your microphone?
So then once I label my groups, group 1 and group 2, and my numbers, X and Y, I can just take out X2 and take out X1 and put in the right numbers there. Take out Y2, take out Y1, put the numbers there. The good news is, for this quadrilateral, we would need to do that 4 times. Isn't that such good news?
Could we just times square over?
Oh, if it was a square, that would be an awesome idea because every side would be exactly the same. It would also be really nice if one of the sides was exactly on the line because I could just count 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't need the distance formula. That one's 4 units long. But when they're at slants and diagonals like this, turns out we do need the distance formula. I usually just go in order, by order A, B, C, D. You don't have to, but it does help my brain keep track of where I am. So if I'm going to start here at A and go to B, my first job is to find out the length of that line. Length, also known as distance. So I'm going to use 0, -1, and 8, 0. What do you think I could be doing in one of these boxes? What do you think I could be doing? The formula! Whoa, what a brilliant idea.
Secret formula.
X, Y, X, Y. Group 1, group 2. That one box is going to fill up really fast. So I find the X from group 2 and the X from group 1. And I find the Y from group 2 and the Y from group 1. Big plus. Eight squared, 64. 1 squared, 1. Until right now, we would have just put about 8. We're going to get a little bit more exact today by using the square root button, which is above the X2 button. But do you see how the square root is yellow? That's because you have to press the yellow button first, or it's not going to do the square root.
8.0622577748.
So press your yellow button. Press the button that says X2. Anybody have an extra calculator? Brown one, thank you.
You have one right there.
Oh, that's okay. People don't put their back in the right spot. So then it should say square root parenthesis. Now remember we talked about that the other day. The parenthesis is always in there whether you write it or not. Square root parenthesis 65, enter. Since it's not a perfect, it's going to be long and random every time. That's why it's called irrational. Since it's not a perfect, it's going to be long and random every time. That's why it's called irrational. Pete says 8.062257748. And guess what?
Reroute to the nearest town.
Guess what?
What?
It didn't stop there. His calculator just ran out of room. To save us some work, let's not write that every time. Let's all agree to use the 10th spot. Which number is in the 10th spot?
0.
0. So 6 tells 0 to go up to 1. So unless it's a perfect, it's going to give us a long random one every time. That's why it's irrational. So let's all agree to use the 10th spot to save us all those numbers. Questions, concerns, comments? Everyone got their square root button working? So I just found out from A to B is 8.1. Next box,
D to C.
B to C.
Or D to C. Well, we already have D to C.
Nope. If it was perfectly on the line, it would be 4. But every time it turns that diagonal, distance formula. So in my next box, I'm going to use 8094. In the next box, I'm going to use 8094. I don't think they will.
Oh, no, Am I doing this right?
You gotta work here. Gotta set up the problem.
Is this what it's supposed to be like at the end before you do that thing with the I think so. Did I get it right?
Looking for people who need help.
If we would have done it with like 9-4 as 1 and 8-0 as 2, would it still have gotten the same thing?
Yes. Bryn,
4.1.
thank you. So before 2 minutes ago, we would have just put 4. The calculator helps us be a little bit more exact. So from B to C is 4.1. Next box, C to D. That's why I like going in order. Nine, 4, 3, 3.
Oh. Did you do the DNA? Yeah. Oh.
Anybody get 6.1? We're on the right track. Last one, D back to A. So I should be using 3, 3, and 0, -1.
And then you add them up again. What do you mean? I think you should both have and stuff, but I'm just still with education. We should have still because I already started with those. Is this one supposed to be higher? Okay, so am I doing something? I wonder you're not ready for the test.
So it was a perfect, right? Perfect 5. If you haven't already, in the last box, we would like to find the perimeter. Rim. Around. So we have an 8.1, a 6.1, 4.1, and a perfect 5. That would be walking the full perimeter all the way around. Savannah, I heard a couple other people agree with you.
How many problems are we going to do today?
Okay, so that's a good question. It technically was one problem finding the perimeter, but we had to do 4 sides of work to get that one perimeter answer. Britt,
How many of those questions are on the sheet? That's what
4.
Oh, that's not too bad.
One person says that's a lot, and the other one says that's not too bad. Hey,
Depends on how you do it.
when I say problem, I don't think it really is a problem. What's a problem with this?
There's not 4. Wait, there's no 2.
It's not
A, B, or C, or D. I don't know. There's only one.
What the numbers are.
Okay, but we can find the numbers. If I start in the middle, how can I get up there to D?
Rise and rise.
No, go
Rise
over
to
1.
Over is our X numbers, right? over
Run 1 up 3.
1 up 2. So next to D, I can put 1, 2.
You can come back and sit on.
That's why when I say problem, I don't think it really is a problem. Back to the middle, how am I going to get to E?
Over 5, go nowhere.
Over 5 up none. Are you writing this? Back to the middle, how am I going to get to F?
Negative 2. Negative 2. Negative. Oh, negative 3.
Back 3,
Down 1. Down 1.
down 1. Oh, so it wasn't really a problem after all. I just had to get those numbers in there. Maddie,
There's only 3 boxes, so do we have to do perimeter?
you can just put perimeter on the very bottom. There's a little green space left over. Speaking of boxes, what's going to go in each box? A different problem for each side. I like to go in order. My brain likes to go in order D, E, F. Technically, you can go in any order you want. Can I tell you what's not going to work? Staring into space. Turns out that doesn't work.
Can you start with F instead of E?
Sure. Just keep track of which direction you're going around the triangle.
For F to E, is this one right? Because I feel like I'm getting all this wrong. This one. Did I get it right?
I had to think for a minute.
Can we have the labeling at the end because perimeter?
Sure. He doesn't really.
This is your answer. You can put it here. Second, take that one in the background, it's yellow back there, so you're good. Come up, and then you put 20 in there.
So from D to E, I saw Maddie and Savannah both had 4.5. E to D or D to E. Do you have a box that has 4.5 in it? Speak now if you need help. E to D or D to E? Speak now if you don't have a box that has 4.5. Okay, E to F then. Eight 8.1. I know someone had an 8.1.
I did.
I think it was you, Bryn, that I saw. So my E to F or F to E, whatever order you did, I have an 8.1. Speak now.
I got 4.5.
That I have one of those also.
Oh wait,
I have a 4.5 and I have an 8.1.
oh, I was looking at the wrong one.
Savannah. Was it the middle one that I said you had mixed up accidentally?
Yeah.
Okay, I can come back and check in a minute. And then my F to D. Ooh, I feel a perfect coming on. Do you have a 5?
Yes. What if there's like a 7-sided shape?
Then you'd have to do it 7 times. Speak now. Drake.
Are the shapes on a homework triangle?
There are 2 triangles and 2 quadrilaterals.
Does that mean it has 5?
Nope, 4. Addison?
I got 4. That's what I got.
For which one? This?
It's because I did the same thing. We didn't make a minus, we made it 1 instead of -3 on the.
Do you have, here's your 2 choices. 1 minus -3. Big plus 4. 4 squared, 16.
I got 16 for that one, yeah.
Okay.
Or I didn't put them in a different order.
2 minus -1.
There's a 3 and a 1.
Oh yeah, because you're going down one.
I did it in a different order, and I got the same thing.
Bryn?
I have the.
Great.
17.6.
17.6.
Yep.
Aubrey saying yes.
Yeah.
Pete saying yes.
I'm more
Add 4.5 plus 8.1 plus 5.
Oh, I put 25 that way.
Don't forget, there are a couple on the worksheet. If it lines up on the line, don't do the distance formula for that side. You can easily count 1, 2, 3. Yay! I don't need the distance formula for that one. It's just 3. There are a couple of those on here. Savannah. 4 questions with multiple parts per question.